Hi, and welcome back to Ask a Pennsylvania Dutchman. My name is Chris LaRose, and this here is Doug Maidenford, our resident Pennsylvania Dutchman. How are you, Douglas?
Hey, I'm doing A-OK.
Alrighty, well, you have any thoughts, opinions, questions, jokes?
No, let's go. I think we got some questions. We got questions coming out.
He's rip-roaring, ready to rock. Alright, here we go. Well, today's question comes in from Jennifer Meixsell. She says, one thing my husband of 48 years does is answer my question with the question. For instance, to my question, are you going to work today? He will answer, am I going to work today? Big pause. So my response is, yes. Are you going to work tomorrow? Or today? Then he is ready to answer. He's done this all our married years. My question is this a Pennsylvania Dutch speech pattern, or is it just him? May I add, at this point, that he is still the most perfect man in the world. Jennifer.
That's because Jennifer hasn't met me yet. Now, first off, 48 years, congratulations. That's crazy. Wonderful. Mm-hmm. But, you know, it's a good question. I think I'm guilty of this myself. If my wife asks me a question, I respond in a question. But we have to, it's a little difficult to know because we don't know how the voice inflection is when her husband asks
it could change the meaning.
Totally.
Different ways.
Totally. So we're kind of have to like stab in the dark here because we don't know for sure. For example, if we role play this and she asks, what was it?
Are you going to work tomorrow?
Am I going to work tomorrow? Now that voice inflection, you know, the Pennsylvania Dutch are sing-songy people. That you know that it's like, well, what kind of a stupid question is that? Of course I'm going to work tomorrow. But if...
Are you going to work tomorrow?
Am I going to work tomorrow? Now, that could be, I don't know if I'm going to work tomorrow. Mm-hmm. I think she's just overreacting as the fact that he's asking the question again. Maybe
he's asking himself.
Maybe he's asking himself, or maybe he's asking for clarification purposes. You know, a lot of women complain that men don't listen. Here's an example of one of the top things you learn, like if you take classes on how to be a good listener or how to be an engaged listener, one of the things they always tell you to do is
don't fall asleep.
Ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
It shows for comprehension. My opinion of this guy is that he is an engaged listener, an engaged partner in this relationship, and he's just making sure that if his wife is asking him something, he wants to make sure that he understands the question.
Well, sometimes
go ahead.
Well, I was thinking I do that too to my lady friend a lot, but I have trouble hearing sometimes because I've been playing music with sound equipment my whole life. Mm-hmm. So I got this ringing that's something fierce, and she'll say something, and I'll repeat almost everything she says just to make sure I hear it right.
Sure, it's all about how you answer. It might not necessarily be what you say, but how you say it, right? I mean, if you get that stern voice or that like, what? Am I going to work tomorrow? Well, nah, that sets the tone right from the bat. But if they've been married 48 years, I don't think that that's the tone Mr. Meixsell's taking.
I don't think so.
Is it a Pennsylvania Dutch thing? I don't know. That's a good question. But
I think it is.
I'm guilty of it.
I've never known anybody that wasn't a Pennsylvania Dutchman to do that. My dad used to do it. My grandma did that so well. I'll tell you what, but hers was also pretty snappy every time she said it too.
That's because you probably weren't listening. She probably said it 16 times before you finally chimed in.
You should have heard when I was a kid. I'd go down to my grandparents' house, and I'd hear the same conversation on loop for about 3 hours. They just, am I going to work? Am I going to work? Am I going to work tomorrow? They just keep going for an hour, 2 hours. You're just sitting there wondering if you're going crazy because you're just hearing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, and you never actually hear the answer.
You never know.
At one point, you just break into the kitchen. What's the answer?
And then I get, what's the answer? What's the answer?
We're going to throw this back out to our listeners and viewers here. Is that
a PA Dutch speech?
Is that a PA Dutch speech pattern? Is it? I don't know. I think it's just good communication. Mm-hmm. So whether it's Pennsylvania Dutch thing or not,
I'm gonna say it is.
I was always told when I was a kid I heard well, but I didn't listen.
What?
Yeah, maybe that's you too. I don't know.
I rarely listen.
I know.
Yeah. Half the time I'm sitting here, Doug's just going on and on and on, and I'll catch one or two words and comment about it, and hopefully I'm
Let us know what your experiences are. Do you know a Pennsylvania Dutch person that does this same thing? Then let us know in the comments down below.
You know what's more interesting is, do you know somebody who's not Pennsylvania Dutch
that
does this? Because like I said, I have never met anybody that does that isn't Pennsylvania Dutch.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I like it. Let us know. And you got to keep these questions coming. We're now into like our 5th year of doing this.
How many videos are we?
A lot.
Oh.
How many videos have we? But we want to keep them coming. But if the question bag runs hot, well then you got to just keep sending those questions.
I don't think our bag's running
Don't
low.
let them know.
I mean, we're running real low.
We're running low. We need some. Send them in, baby.
That'd be terrible.
All right. Let us know if you know somebody that talks like we do in this situation. And congratulations, Meixsells. Hopefully, a lot more years to come in that marriage.
Another 48.
Another 48. That's what we're hoping for. All right.
All right. Well, you heard it from the Dutchman. Any last thoughts? Words?
No, I love it.
All right. Well, until next time, Macht's gut.
If you have a question, why you have to email us at busterpa@yahoo.com.